Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited because we have some new Chanel goodies to play with. The new Chanel Rouge collection has launched and I picked up several pieces from this collection. So we are going to be playing with their new brush collection that launched with these beautiful burgundy little handles. Love the color story of this collection. Of course, I picked up the Rouge Noir Confidence. This is the face and eye palette. Had to do that. They also launched two single eyeshadows that we're going to be playing with. I'm somebody who loves Chanel single shadows, as well as the BAUME Essential. This was a must get for me. This one's in Cute, and they did launch some lip products as well. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the new Chanel Rouge Noir collection and seeing how I created this look, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, before we start creating the look, I just want to share what I picked up. I did pick up the Rouge Noir, the brush set. Within the brush set, it comes in this beautiful little velvet case. It has the little Chanel logo. You can tie. This is great for travel, and I actually like having brushes that, you know, I kind of keep like this for travel. Has the 3 essentials. It's got a brush here that's a little bit dense, and it has the beautiful handles here. Really pretty deep burgundy or Rouge Noir color. And this one, literally, I feel like you could use this to apply your foundation. Clearly, you can use it with the palette to apply the blushes. And when I was using this, I find it to be sort of dense here, and I actually find it to be a great way to kind of blend out your shadows after you put everything on, just to make sure everything's nice and blended. So a nice little blush brush here, and then it comes with an eye brush, and I actually really love this kind of dense domed one, perfect for putting things in the crease, kind of universal. You can use it all over. It's not soft and fluffy, but it's definitely easy to use. I actually really like this one for my crease. It's nice to use. And then it comes with a more precise eye brush, which I really love. I really like this brush for more precision, putting on eyeliner, more detail work. So those are the 3 brushes that come with this Rouge Noir collection. And this set is $153. Next, I picked up the Rouge Noir Confidence Eye Palette. I am loving the color story. I feel like it's not showing up on camera, but it's this deep Rouge Noir burgundy shade on the top. And then it has the classic Chanel black. And then here is what the palette looks like. Really beautiful pink, red, rose tones. This is really on trend for spring. You're seeing a lot of these pinky rosy tones, really quite beautiful. And this palette is $95. And this can be used on your cheeks and your eyes. You can also kind of swirl these colors together for like one beautiful highlighty blush look. And I'll show you that swatch when we create this look. But this was the main star of the show. The collection came with 2 single ombre shades, and the first one is in Gris Rose. Such a beautiful pop shade here, just stunning. And then also this other one in Brun Rose, which is just such a perfect everyday shade. So I did want to go ahead and pick up the single shadows, even though the palette, you know, you can use that on your eyes as well, but I'm somebody who loves the Chanel single shadows, and this look just seemed like something I would wear over and over again. I think the quality is so great. It's so particularly forgiving on more mature eyes, so I was excited about those. And these are $42 a piece. One of my favorite products from Chanel is their Balm Essential. Within this collection, they launched this new shade called Cute. It is just perfection. I absolutely love this color so much. The Balm Essential is $50. This is just your beautiful sheer highlighting. It's going to make your skin look like glass. You can use this on your eyes, your lips as a highlighter. It is just a multi-use product, and I'm particularly fond of this pink shade. It is stunning. They launched a STYLO YEUX waterproof eyeliner in the Rouge Noir. It was sold out, so I do have the Rouge Noir color in the STYLO Ombre at Contour to show you, as well as another color to create this overall look. And then they also had the Rouge Allure Mascara in the Rouge Noir color. Again, that sold out, but I'm going to try to get my hands on it. And then as far as the lip products, they launched 3 colors in the Rouge Allure Velvet formula. I did pick up one, not in the Rouge Noir, but in this Effervescent color. It is a new shade. I am obsessed. This is the perfect mauve tone. It's just beautiful. I'm so excited about that color. They had 2 other gorgeous colors. One was a crimson pink, and then the other is I looked a little bit more like a brick red shade. And then they did launch the Rouge Noir shade, both in the Rouge Velvet Allure and the Lip Lac. The Rouge Allure Velvet lipsticks have jumped up to $53. Everything's creeping up, all the prices, a few dollars here and there. And then they did have some beautiful nail polishes as well. So these are the pieces that I picked up so far. And let's go ahead and create this look. Okay, we have new Chanel in the house. I am a little bit excited. Okay, before we play with the Rouge Noir collection, I'm quickly going to put a little base on the skin, a little bit of concealer, so then we can fully play. So I am going to use the Ultra Le Teint foundation. I'm going to be using it in the shade BR22. This is sort of the when in doubt foundation. This one always turns out looking beautifully. So I am going to just take a little bit of this. I have it in BR22, and typically in the summer I wear BR32, and then in the winter months I wear BR22. And I am just going to put some of this on the skin, and then we will play with the new goodies that I'm so excited about. You know, I love some new Chanel, and I have been a little bit excited about this collection. Okay, sticking with BR22, I'm using the Ultra Le Teint, the concealer, which I have really been liking. A little goes a long way here, but I really like the consistency of this. It's really long lasting, and I find it not to be, you know, too creasy or heavy for my under eyes. So I'm actually going to go ahead, use my fingers. It's very brightening in the BR22 shade. I also have it in BR 32 because oftentimes I like to use my La Beige, my Water Fresh tint, which makes your skin look angelic, but it doesn't have a ton of coverage. So then I will just kind of go in with this higher coverage concealer and add that where I need it, and it's just been kind of a game changer. Really, really enjoying. But the BR22 cancels out redness on the skin, and it just kind of brightens up the under eyes. Okay, now we have a little blank canvas, and let's go ahead and pop on some color with the Rouge Noir Confidence palette. And I love the burgundy packaging of this. I think the packaging is stunning. I'm not sure if it's kind of showing with my lighting here, but it is stunning, like a dark burgundy. The whole line is about that. And this is the eyeshadow and blush palette. Now, I did go ahead and buy the single eyeshadows. I kind of knew I could just use this as well, but I love their single eyeshadows. Those are some of my favorites, and the colors just look so pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'll use a little bit of this when we do the eyes, but for right now, I want to swatch it for you as well as, ooh, that is so pretty, as well as put it on my face. So, two really pretty colors here. Wow. Okay. Already loving this. I think it is so gorgeous. Let's go ahead, give you a little swatch here of this. Here is a swatch of the Rouge Noir Confidence. Really pretty, and I totally can see how this is going to look gorgeous on people's eyes as well. Now, in the past, what I have done with these palettes is just kind of take my brush and come all around and use that as blush. It kind of blends together and makes this really pretty highlighting kind of look. But I am first going to just tap into this shade here, kind of tap in, and we'll do a little of both, but I just want to show you how pretty this color is. And oh wow, kind of giving me a nice kind of warm flush as if I have worked out. It has a really kind of creamy texture. It's that one right here, so I kind of wanted to try that on the skin. Yeah, it's almost, it feels like a cream to powder formula when I was swatching it. So wanted to tap a little bit of that on. There we go. That is such a pretty color. Again, kind of giving me the look as if I have been outside working out. And then I'm going to come into this really pretty, almost like mauve pink shade here. Ooh. I'm loving that color too. I'm just kind of playing right now. We're building it up. To me, this is definitely the, highlighter of the bunch. And then that is a bright, beautiful shade here. It's so pretty. So what I'm going to do, since that's so bright, I still think it's very wearable, but I am going to kind of go like this. I'm going to go across and down, and then that's going to create that kind of multicolor blush. And then we'll just put some of that all over. This is one of these kind of looks that we're going to have to do a couple different looks, because you can use this just as eyeshadow as well. This is like a swatch of them all mixed together. Very, very wearable. It tones down that brighter shade right here. I am really loving the shades of that palette. kind of fun pinks and reds in here. And then I am gonna go ahead and use the single eyeshadows because I love them. I feel like these are unsung heroes here. These are the Ombre Essential, the long wearing eyeshadows. I bought it in the Brun Rose shade here. And this just sort of looked like my everyday shade. It is so pretty. And let me give you a swatch. Ooh. And here is a swatch of the Brun Rose. Really pretty. And then we have the Gris Rose shade, and I just thought that one looked so pretty together. And again, the packaging is stunning. It has like just the little red CC in here for the Rouge Noir, but check that out. Isn't that so pretty? And I will tell you, I've already mixed the two of these together. And as I was saying, I sort of love a little bit of warm and cool on my eyes. And I feel like this shade, the Brun Rose, with the little gris is just so pretty. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by using this, and then I can use some of the palette to intensify some of the redness. Ooh, I need to use the brushes that I bought. What am I thinking? Sorry, you all, I forgot. I did end up picking the 3-piece brush set, and it comes with this beautiful brush here that's going to be for your, this one's a little bit denser. You can use it for blush, or I even think it's great for foundation. It's just kind of a really nice, I like the density. That's what I would say. So yes, I totally bought the brushes for the handles. I thought they were so pretty, but then it comes with 2 eyeshadow brushes, and I actually use my Chanel eye brushes all the time, so I did want to pick these up. I love this. It's sort of a little dome shaped here, just like that. And then this one is going to be great for lining the eyes, kind of underneath and above. So I like that sort of a flat brush here. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot. Got a little excited. So we are going to use this one here, and I'm going to dip it into the Brun Rose shade and come right here. And this is just a great, like, everyday shade, at least for myself. So for those of you that like one and done, I feel like this is such a good neutral rosy shade. I love it. Love this. Like, I just feel like it's a great everyday eye shade, and I do even feel like it's bringing out a little bit of the green in my eyes. So really liking this single shadow. And then we're going to use this pop shade, and yep, I've already played with it. It's so pretty, and I like to just use my finger here, and I like to kind of come right above my iris, a little bit in that inner. Isn't that so pretty mixed together? This is definitely like a really beautiful topper shade. I think they mix so well together. That's what I'm saying. It kind of transforms the other shadow. And again, you can also pat this on, kind of pack it on using the brush right here. And I'm not having any fallout or anything like that with these singles. And then if you wanted to kind of add a little bit more rosiness to the eye look, I would use either one of these. I think I'll go in with the deeper one here. I think it would just make such a little pop shade. So what I'm going to do is kind of intensify my crease here. And I bet it is going to play beautifully with that topper. Yeah, look at the combination of those two. And I'm just kind of bringing that up. That is really pretty. That mauvey color right there. Just intensifying the eyes. Personally, I don't want to go too red or pink on my particular eyes because I do kind of have some red in my waterline and it will pick it up and make me look a little sick. So I'm just going to add a touch of this pink in my eyes, just kind of creating a soft wash. Okay, little pop there. I am going to come over into this little highlighter, beautiful pearl shade here. I'm using that little flat brush, and I do want to come over and kind of highlight in that inner corner. Add just a little bit of lightness here. Kind of opens up the eyes just a little bit. And as far as liners, I did not opt to pick up the Chanel, the STYLO Rouge Noir. This is the waterproof version because I already owned it in the STYLO Ombre at Contour. So if you see that it is sold out, just wanted to let you know they actually have this color in the chunkier, bigger one, and this shade is really quite beautiful. It is kind of this deep, you know, rouge noir, and I try to be a little bit careful with this one because it can again pick up a little bit of redness in my eyes, so I like to focus the top part with the Rouge Noir. And then on the bottom, I'm going to put on some Gris Graphite. I believe I saw that initially as part of the collection, but it's just this really soft, beautiful gray with a little bit of pearlescent in it. It's just a little bit softer. And so I am going to go ahead and I am going to put a little bit of that beautiful gray on the bottom lashes here, just a little bit down here. I don't always put things down in my waterline, but this one, I thought I had seen them use this. It's just picking up a little bit of that beautiful kind of mauve tone. It mixes really well with the overall story, and I'm just going to kind of blend that out to the side here. And then I am going to take the Rouge Noir, again I'm using the contour one, and I am going to wiggle that up on my upper lash line here. That brush here, I'm going to smoke that out. Bam! I am going to tight line with the gray. Now, unfortunately for me, the mascara was already sold out, so I am going to use a Chanel mascara, and I'm actually going to use it in the, dark brown color, just because the Rouge Noir was a colored mascara that was going to be this lovely kind of rich, Rouge Noir color. So I am going to improvise using a brown mascara here. that will hopefully pop the eyes. Okay, we've got mascara on, and then one of my absolute favorite products from Chanel are the Balm Essentials. I always pick up the new one. I know they are very similar. They're kind of a sheer beautiful product that you can use multiple ways, and this one is called Cute, and I could not resist because I absolutely am obsessed with this color. If you've been watching me for a while, you know I love pink so much, and although these are sheer, they just make your skin look so healthy. And then this is a swatch of the Cute one. It's so cute, but you can wear these just like I usually do, just right as highlighter. It's just going to instantly give your skin this beautiful glass-like finish. You can use it on your eyes. I love it so much. This color is so pretty. You can use it on your lips as well, and just anywhere you might want just like a little bit of reflection on the skin. It's just so pretty, and this pink tone, Cute tone, is just right up my alley. Isn't that so pretty? But did you see how it just sort of transformed my skin? That's what I feel like. And then what I'm going to do is take a little bit of that. I'm actually going to put just a tad of that up into my brow bone. Kind of gives me a little sheer highlight right up there, and I just think it's so pretty. It almost feels like it's giving me a little eye lift, to be honest. It is so pretty. Love it on my lips. I did end up picking up one of the lips, but I just wanted to show you. Multi-purpose. I love this color. It is so good. This is one of my favorite products ever. Now, again, it's going to be sheer. I know some of you are going to be like, I don't think it's worth it. But if you're someone like myself and you just like a little reflection on the skin, on the lips, you kind of like a little bit of dewiness to kind of bring your skin alive, I think you're going to love this one. And is this like not the perfect pink ever? It is just so darn gorgeous. And again, pretty much I pick up every single one of these. I love them. I just think they're such a good little multi-purpose product. And then they did launch 3 colors in the Rouge Allure Velvets, and I picked up the one in Irreverent, number 357. This was described as a mauve tone. I did not pick up the Rouge Noir. I just felt like it was going to overpower my overall look, but I think that look is amazing. I just don't think I can carry it off. I have thin lips, and those darker colors just sort of overwhelm my personal features, but you do you. I actually think that the look is so darn cool with that Rouge Noir lip color on. I think it's really chic, but for myself, I knew that I would love this color here in mauve, and then they had another one in a pink crimson color that I also thought was stunning, but when I was purchasing, everything was sort of selling out, so I just picked out this color, which by the way, I'm a little bit obsessed with. If I'm gonna wear a little bit more of a bolder lip, this is gonna be my tone here. And just so you know, that's Cute. I love it. If you want a lighter overall look, definitely use that. Otherwise, I have now fallen in love with kind of these soft matte lipsticks. This Rouge Allure Velvet is very comfortable on the lips. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do one. And then I just kind of like to tap it onto the lips, make it a little bit more velvety, kind of that French cool girl look. I am obsessed with this color, so if you can get your hands on this one, I really love it. It doesn't feel too overwhelming again on my features. It just feels like something that I could wear. I could dab it on, and then if I wanted to soften it just a bit, I would take my Balm Essential. I really like the way that it looks just like this, but I could come in and we could just do a little dab on top just to soften that. Love it! Trying to decide if I need any more blush, but since I didn't originally use this brush, we're gonna go ahead and use it. I am going to take this, just this softer pink shade here, and I am gonna just add a little bit more, kind of right on the apples of my cheeks here. Add just a little bit of a flush. To be honest with you, I actually sort of like this brush just to kind of blend out my eye look. It's dense, that's what I would say. So as far as putting on blush and such, I prefer kind of a fluffier brush to apply it. So out of the brush set, I actually like all three of the brushes. I really like this domed eyeshadow. It's nice and firm, but it works really well with the shadows. I love this one, but this is one of my favorites just to kind of get in with those kind of more with the liners and such. So these two I love. And then I actually really like this one. I just don't know if I like it for blush because I like a little fluffier. That's kind of a preference, but it picks up the product really well. I actually could see myself using, actually, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and use a little bit of the lipstick and put a little bit of that on to kind of bring everything together. This reminds me of a tip from my mom, but I kind of like it with creamier products. That's what I would say. I like the density of it. I also really liked it, like to put something on the eyes. So if you're on the fence about the brushes, I think you would actually really like and use these. This is just sort of a, you know, everybody has their own favorite brushes. They are nice brushes. I wouldn't say that they're like the best brushes I've ever picked up. I have my favorite like Rephr brushes. I really like the BK Beauty, Nikki LaRose brushes and BK Beauty brushes. So this was just something that I wanted to pick up. I don't regret it. I was just saying, as far as using it with my palette, I think I'm somebody who's going to want just something a little bit softer for the blushes, but I love it. And it comes with its own little velvet case here that I thought was awesome. So this I do think is a pretty good buy for the little brushes that you get. I think you would use them. As far as this beautiful palette, these are always kind of fun. I do feel like they're very versatile. You can just get this, use it on your eyes, cheeks. They are great to travel with, kind of one and done. I really like this color story. I gravitate towards those kind of pinks and roses. So this is kind of a fun launch. Really beautiful. And then the single eyeshadows, again, this is a personal preference. I wanted these and I really like the colors because I can see myself just creating an everyday eye look using the BRUN Rose, this one. This is just kind of right up my alley. And then I think that the pop shade, this one is kind of surprising, the Gris Rose. This is such a pretty topper shade. And again, you could use it daily. It's just going to add a little bit of that reflection on the eyes. I'm really obsessed with the lipstick in $3.57. I'm so glad that I picked this up. And again, the packaging is the Rouge Allure, but all of this collection has the Rouge Noir, like the really deep, beautiful kind of burgundy color. And for myself, I'm literally tickled pink with this Balm Essential. It might be one of my favorites. I loved Drage. It was another limited edition one that I love. I think you can still get that one, but this is just a product that I personally love. I love that kind of for my highlight. This is the kind that I prefer to use. And again, multi-purpose, put on your lips, your eyes. It's just such a great product. And no, it is not sticky. When you first put it on, yes, it's going to be a little creamier, but it is not a sticky product whatsoever. So, so I do want to get my hands on the Rouge Noir mascara. And now after using the Rouge Noir chubby eye pencil, I forgot I do think it works really well with my eyes, and so I was worried it was gonna kind of make them bloodshot and pink, like too much pink, but I love the STYLO formula or eyeliner, so I will definitely try to go pick up those two pieces as well. I have to say I absolutely love the colors of the nail polishes, but I'm just somebody who does dip nail manicure, so I don't personally use nail polish, but if I did, I would pick up all three colors. They have the Rouge Noir, the beautiful pink tone that's almost like the color of this lipstick, and then they have a gray, so I think those are stunning. Love those. Okay, and then of course we are going to end with a Chanel fragrance, and I pulled out my favorite beige. I don't know, I feel like it goes with this overall look, which is going to be sort of fresh, radiant, but maybe a little edgy. This is not an edgy perfume, but it's the one that I'm wanting to wear. I was talking about this with a friend of mine, and she was like, I'm gonna finally buy beige, and I was like, you're gonna love it. It is one of my favorites, and I know I always describe this as kind of the adult Johnson's baby shampoo scent, and I say that in the best way possible. It just has this honeyed bouquet of flowers that I love. It's just got that slight shampoo vibe to it, but it's very classy, very sophisticated, very Chanel. Like, this is one that I actually want to get the body oil to. That's how much I love this fragrance, and I just kind of want to have that layering component. It is just one of my ultimate favorites from the Les Exclusifs line. So wanted to top off this overall Rouge Noir collection look with this. And as usual, I love to hear from you. Are you going to be picking up any of this collection? Are you interested in it? So far, I have been thrilled with everything I have bought, but I'm a Chanel girly, so this just made me so excited. And before we leave, I finally picked up a pair of the classic Chanel Ballet flats. This is what I used my gift card. I had a gift card to use that my husband gave me, and I ended up using it on these beautiful Chanel Ballet flats. Now, I'm gonna fully admit I'm not necessarily somebody who, you know, is a ballet flat wearer, but these just seem like such a classic, and I'm actually going to a wedding tomorrow, so I ended up picking these up just kind of as my little shoe that I'm gonna wear. Now, I will tell you, I bought them in the 37.5, and these are a little snug. As you can see, they're kind of narrow around the toe cap, but what I was told is each pair is made a little differently because I tried on 3 pairs of the 37 and a half, 37.5 shoe, and one was slipping, like the heel. This one was snug, but I feel like it's gonna give a little bit, and it did not slip at the heel, but yes, it's a little bit, I wouldn't say it's painful, but it's a little tighter around the toe cap. But he told me this would be, they're gonna kind of mold to my feet, and I am just gonna wear these like with jeans, with dresses. I'm just gonna, sometimes when I get these nice gifts, I don't tend to wear them only on special occasions, and I have decided that I'm just gonna wear them with my jeans, just wear the shoes and fully enjoy them. Those are my thoughts so far on the new Rouge Noir collection. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another video soon.